Like, how dare you? But, ladies and gentlemen, we are into picks and bans. Misfits on the blue side with Wind and Rain on the red. Camille taking off the board straight away. Misfits Academy, they've looked a bit shaky. They need to try and steady the ship, prove that they are smurfing in the ESL Premiership. And Wind and Rain, they've got a point to prove. They dropped one game. They can't let that happen again.
I'm looking forward to the Special versus Godbro matchup because Special, a great mid laner in his own right as well. He's got a lot of fame around Europe and people kind of know a lot about him. There's the ban. No one's surprised.
But the question is it going to be an Echo ban last? We've seen that twice, I think, maybe even more against Godbro, which to me is a ridiculous ban. But
he's so good on
Echo.
He really is. I mean, he did play it once and just smashed on it. So, but I think generally speaking, you don't really feel like you should ban that. And this is probably going to be setting up for the classic Sejuani / Zac first pick.
You would imagine so. Gangplank is a ban that we haven't seen a lot of yet. Gangplank has still continued to be an incredible threat in the top lane, but maybe because of Banner.
He's been nerfed as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So a mix of, I don't think he's one of the best right now, but Shikari's good on Gangplank, so that's fair enough. If you don't want to play versus it.
You can't build Banner on him either, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you can, it's just very inefficient.
Look at this, Skarner over Zac and Sejuani here for Misfits, something that Affleck probably has a particular idea in mind about what he wants to achieve with this Skarner pick, maybe the composition built specifically around that.
Well, I always forget about Skarner. I'm just like, oh, it's Sejuani or Zac. Oh, wait, Skarner's now a top 3 jungler as well. So, yeah, Skarner, I think it's just one of those three. Whoever you want to pick and whoever you want to first pick, yeah, that's fine. You pick up one of those 3 and then usually trade one of the other 2 across. Or Nunu, of course.
Dan loves his Nunu.
He does. He's played Nunu before. I would imagine if you don't take away Azir here, that's risky. Because Godbro is good enough on Azir, and you combo it with Nunu.
Nunu is disgusting. It is just disgusting.
Yeah.
So you might, I don't know, I was gonna say, you might be forced to take this one away here, because you don't really want to give it back over to Godbro.
A very sensible decision, in my opinion. But obviously Nunu still works well with Tristana. Blood Boil obviously gives you the attack speed at the very least. You know, obviously you don't get the major use out of the increase in AP, but
I mean, it's not like it becomes a crap pick because
yeah,
it's still good.
Well, and the same could be said on the other side. Azir is not a bad mid laner. It sucks that you have to pick.
He's actually going to pick Echo into Azir.
Yeah, he's so good on it. You disrespect Godbro, and he's going to bring the Echo.
I think it's strange that they banned the Rakan then, if this is what they were going for, because Prospero is probably one of the best Rakans in the Prem, in my opinion. He's so good on Rakan.
But the fact that they would ban the Rakan, leave the Tristana open, knowing that Matty was probably going to play it anyway, and then pick the Zai, it's a weird pick.
Maybe they just didn't want to go up against the Zai Rakan. Maybe they thought if they first picked, maybe. I don't know.
Godbro's definitely got some plums to say that he's going to do okay versus.
How many fruits are we going to say these players have?
We've only said apples and plums.
I've gone for the plums.
He's a plum man. You're the apple man.
But to say that he's happy to play into an Azir, especially the laning phase, which can be so tough for Echo. But Godbro's never really been a guy who excels 1v1 in the laning phase. He's always about the ability to roam and his ability to make picks in a side lane as well towards the late game. So you only imagine that Wind and Rain are going to try and play towards this double teleport that you see hovering over right now.
Well, and especially if they pick Shen. We've seen Shen already today, and in the banner meta, I think Shen's pretty good there.
Yeah.
And Rifty has to be, he's so good on Shen.
Rifty's good on most top lane.
Yeah, but that is true. I mean, I feel like you want Rifty to go on a tank. If you're Misfits, you would rather see Rifty on tank because he can carry. I mean, he's 1v9. Well, that's a bit harsh. His team's good too, but he's full-on carried from that top lane before, which is why we've seen the Camille bans. He's done that on that as well. And we even see Fiora being banned too. Like, it's quite obvious Misfits don't want... They want to limit what Rifty can do.
Well, Labrov's going to get his hands on the Tam Kench. We've seen him play a little bit of that before as well.
Very good into Skarner. Yeah,
absolutely incredible into Skarner. Very good counter pick specifically. In Rifty's being left the opportunity to look for a counter pick for his final go, which means that there is an opportunity where you do see Rifty take a...
Aatrox.
An Urgot.
Something like that. You know, you could see him take this and actually go for a more traditional 1-3-1, maybe Banner of Commandless style play. You know, that is obviously. I mean, Nunu could build Banner of Command, right? So,
yeah, that's true. You know, they could certainly just choose the Urgot again. I mean, he loves playing Urgot. He's very good on Urgot. He'll bully lanes on Urgot, and like you say, you can shift that Banner over into the jungle, and then have to. You know, you don't have to go out yourself, so...
Well, the Cho'Gath is going to be in that top side, though, as well, so pretty good assassination ability onto Tristana with that flash, ultimate, so...
Is it Trundle jungle? No, Trundle support. Sorry, I've seen this guy. Yeah, my bad. I was just thinking, so Trundle support, all right, that's interesting.
I mean, it also means that if Rifty wants to pick a tank now, they're going to get so much value out of that Trundle. There's already 2 tanks on your team. If you pick another one, I mean, I just think Trundle is...
do it.
Yeah.
Do
I
it, Rifty.
wouldn't put it past him. I would not put it past him.
I just want to see it. Darius is such a
Cho'Gath
fun...
seems a bit strange. Because you do true damage on your ultimate, and you're not going to be able to blow through it.
Yes! I am excited.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'll put it that way.
This is a lane you're going to have to snowball against the Cho'Gath, because if Cho'Gath gets to the point that Dan was saying, where you just get those stacks building up, you get to be a beefy Cho'Gath. Like, you do a flat amount of true damage as Darius, right? It's a lot of true damage, don't get me wrong, but it is a flat amount of true damage. The biggest counter to true damage that isn't Vayne's percentage true damage is flat health, you know?
Yeah.
So, and Cho'Gath is one of those champions that just likes flat health, because that's kind of what he does as a champion.
It's kind of part of his kit, you know?
But he's so hard to bully out a lane. Like, he's a very hard lane to bully because of the sustain he gets.
Well, this could also could tie into the whole thing of Godbro's Echo. Like, we know he's not going to have the greatest lane phase. Maybe they're not looking to snowball the mid, or they're going to look for that top lane for lack of a for lack of a pressure
such
or anything.
a Rifty pick.
Yeah,
he's just such a Rifty pick.
You seem disgusted, Mort. Yeah, I was going to say you seem quite like, you know, God damn it.
It's just like Rifty picks Aatrox, why not? Rifty picks Darius, why not? Like, it's just such a Rifty pick. I think
but in this game, though, against Misfits, arguably, you know, who's the best, who's the second best team in the Prem? It's Misfits, it's Wind and Rain. Which one's the best?
I feel like Rifty's with his coach, like, you don't pick my pick. I pick my pick. But
okay, so Maokai or
Darius.
You said Darius, right? It's like, no, Shen. I said Darius. Got it. Cool.
Sorry, they sound similar.
Yeah, they're right beside each other. Like,
what's today's?
I can do. But, ladies and gentlemen, my 2 favorite analysts for the last time today. I'll let you 2 decide that one, but but I need to ask you for the final time today, who are you favoring right now? Is it Misfits Academy going undefeated throughout the entire tournament from here on, or are Wind and Rain going to take that very prestigious win?
Look, last time Rifty picked something weird, they lost. So I'm just going to go off results-based analysis and say that I favor Misfits.
Yeah, I actually want Misfits to win as well. Want them to win. Just I predict them to win.
The bias.
Because I want my prediction to be correct. That's why I want them to win. But I feel like Echo is kind of limited in the lane against Azir, so it might be a bit harder for Godbro to pop off, especially considering Special is a pretty good player. And I'm not a fan of the Darius pick, honestly. So I think to that extent, I want to put the edge into Misfits' favor, but I'm going to say Wind and Rain because you said Misfits, so I'll say
he wants at the end of the day, he wants someone to have won the predictions.
Yeah,
so,
100% someone's got to win the predictions all out. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited for the Darius pick personally. You know, it's just going to be such a fun thing if it does snowball, and I love casting dunks. Dunks are just fun to cast.
Dunks are the best, mate.
Dunks are the best. But ladies and gentlemen, for the final time tonight, we are onto the Rift. It is going to be Misfits Academy on the blue side versus Wind and Rain on the red. And this is the matchup we all been waiting for. Let's see who actually comes out on top. And if Wind and Rain win this with the Darius, like you said, it's not a super, popular one. The Nunu, given the amount of jungle picks that are available, they got to be styling just a little bit.
Yeah, that was an interesting one to pick up, considering they don't really seem to have too much synergy with the Nunu. Although, to be fair, you could argue that there is actually slight synergy with Darius, because Darius is one of those champions who actually takes Phase Rush as his. I think he's actually got it this game as well.
Yes,
yeah, he has. So it's one of those very few champions who actually wants Phase Rush, which is a really suboptimal rune to take in most situations. It's not that good. But considering you want Phase Rush and the things that gives you, Nunu gives you similar stuff as well. So there's some synergy there as well. But
they're looking for the hard snowball. It's
that's why you pick Nunu.
Yeah, well, you beat me to it. You beat me to it. But there's a lot of protection though as well. Like Wind and Rain, they're not super far behind as well in terms of the scaling either. Like Tristana will scale, the Tamkench can keep people alive. It just seems there's a lot more cohesion with the Misfits Academy roster, or with the Misfits Academy picks.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point, honestly. Like, Wind and Rain is very good at stalling the game out, I would disengage. And at the same time, the only real way to force a play for Misfits side, I cannot speak anymore. The best way to force a play if you're Misfits. I know, I just can't contain it. I can't get my words out. Skarner ultimates, basically. Flash ultimates, Predator, whatever. Skarner's the best way to pull that trigger, but Tahm Kench is a hard counter to Skarner, because whoever gets ulted, you eat them, and then you walk away with them. Unless you get eaten yourself, but we have seen when Malzahar was actually a pick, and you would pick Tahm Kench to counter that, the Tahm Kench would build a sash himself, so that you couldn't get Malzahar ulted, and then it was, yeah, just like full negation there. And essentially the pick itself means that you can forego these early sashes because you've got the Tahm Kench to kind of act as that sash, which is somewhat significant. It's an extra like 1,000 odd gold on your carries that they can actually spend in items. But what we were seeing in this mid lane, what I talked about how it's going to be hard for Godbro to really impact the way he wants to, because Azir should just push him in constantly, over and over again, just shove him under tower. But then that's just like...
It's a very oppressive lane, and we can stand here all day and try and figure out how this was supposed to work, how they want it to work. But yeah. I think the best way we can look at it is, let's see how it all unfolds. Nothing really crazy is going to happen in the first 10 minutes, so let's just see how they do it. And you never know, Misfits Academy might just take this as a massive disrespect and say, cool, we're going to floor you.
I think that in the past we have seen Godbro get his advantage in the mid lane and then roam and translate that advantage. But I don't think he'll be able to do that this game.
No.
And it will be interesting to see what Wind and Rain do when that's not their win condition anymore. And we have seen, I mean, Xscoundrel said it and he joked about it, the results-based analysis of Rifty picking a weird pick top and then losing, like he did with the Aatrox. I mean, I don't think Darius is Aatrox level of weird, personally, but it's pretty weird.
It's definitely not meta.
It's not meta, and there's reason to saying that, yeah, this is a weird pick and it's going to give you a harder time to win, because it's the Aatrox really didn't give them what they wanted it to give them, and you could see a similar thing. I was going to say a similarity,
yeah,
but that's not really the best.
That sentence wouldn't exactly put together. But let's leave the Wind and Rain picks for a moment. Let's have a look. We actually didn't really talk about, you know, the kind of the Skarner Cho'Gath kind of combination, along with the disengage and engage you get with the, you know, the Trundle as well with that Pillar of Filth. You know, or Pillar of Ice, excuse me. What are they looking to do? What is their win condition, and how are they looking to push their advantages?
I feel like a lot of Misfits win condition is just denying the Wind and Rain win condition, if that makes sense. And Trundle pick is quite smart here. Although they did pick this before the Darius was locked in, but I think that Trundle's very good into Darius because you can put up that pillar, and Darius as a champion, probably his biggest weakness is his susceptibility to being kited, and essentially the fact that he has no gap closer. He has no mobility in his kit whatsoever. That's why Black Cleaver is considered core on him, because when you have the bleed stacks on an opponent, it gives you the ticking move speed from the Cleaver. But either way, the pillar will really hurt Darius, basically. So I feel like they can just chill out. They're very good from range. You have a very beefy front line. You disrupt the engage from Wind and Rain with the pillar, and then you just blast them from far away with Azir and with Xayah. But also what's good about Nunu, outside of his ability to snowball, is his ability to kill the dragon.
His ability to eat.
No,
yes. He just eats like no tomorrow. He's able to, you know, do so much, but very early Mountain Drake going to be going over in favor of Wind and Rain. And I feel like there's a little bit of an oversight from Misfits Academy, because you've got to be careful of that kind of a move coming out from Wind and Rain, especially when they pick a Nunu who, like you said, has limited effect later in the game.
Yeah, and considering Nunu gets picked a lot by Dan, it's not his first rodeo on Nunu. You would imagine that if you're doing some scouting for a game, which you would think if you were going to scout a game, this would be the one you would scout, right? So you would know how Dan plays, and you would know how that Nunu plays.
Ooh, Chrisberg gets ignited, will have to flash away. Tahm Kench going in pursuit, but the heal has been used. Matty now being hit by Prosper, who's doing a lot of damage to this. Tristana forces the flash, but Dan is here. Prosper, oh, he gets stunned by the tongue lash. They feed it over to Matty. First blood to Wind and Rain.
That's not the start you want if you're Misfits. That was a little bit too far forward there. Didn't respect the Nunu coming in as well, but once he sees that Nunu's coming in, he's got nowhere to run. He has to keep going, he has to go for the kill, and giving a kill over to Tristana. It's not really the best strategy for the early game.
I think he kind of saw how many stacks of the Tahm Kench passive he had, and as soon as that tongue lash came out, it stunned him, because he was just about to hit that last auto attack into a potential bite, and
when he
just didn't
flashed
come out.
after Matty, I think he was trying to go for the auto Q reset.
Yes.
And that would have killed him. He was very, very low, but Matty responds with his own flash, and then once that's happened, you're kind of like, oh crap, what do I do now? And yeah, then Nunu comes in and complicates everything, and yeah. A bit too far forward, a bit too aggressive on that one, and more importantly, in the bot lane, if you have a early kill, that gives you the favourable recall to buy exactly what Matty has bought here, which is your BF sword. And that's probably not what you want to come up against, and it forces Chrisberg to either stay for some more minions to be able to get a BF sword on his recall, or just settle with the pickaxe.
Labrov
which
just
he won't do,
trying,
actually.
yeah, just
He's got his own BF sword. You know what?
He's got a BF sword.
He did stay for a little while longer. I underestimated his money.
He's got that cash money.
He had long sword as well. He was like well into it. Yeah, we're like 8 minutes into the game. All right, fair enough. Yeah. I thought we were just starting the game for some reason.
Yeah,
it's like,
it does seem a lot earlier. It seems like that was like first 4 minutes, not like level 6 territory for both sides.
Yeah, that's true. Oof.
Prosphere, though, going to roam into this mid, has been spotted out by a pink ward in that little kind of bush there to the side, so won't be able to get anything off of that, but nothing else to really do for him. He was going to not really be able to stay in the lane, so nothing ventured, nothing gained. But Godbro, we talked about him having a bad laning phase. He's 10 CS up.
Yeah, he's somehow managing to do that. Yeah. I don't really think that the
His echo is too good.
That's crazy, the fact that you're able to do that. Especially since he was pushed out really early, like level 2, level 3. He had to recall right at the beginning there. He was level 2, I believe, when he recalled and used his TP. So the fact that he's still been able to do that is pretty impressive. And I want to draw a quick attention to Prosphere's rune choice here, if anything happens here, which it probably won't. The minion dematerializer. We mentioned how supports take these. I mean, Labrov has it as well. We mentioned how supports take these because of its synergy, I guess, sort of, or impact on the banner command meta, where you can save them and use them on the banner minions. And I'm not surprised Prosphere, of all people, has decided to pick this up, but both supports doing it will limit that. But here comes another Nunu gang.
Yeah.
No summoners.
No sums onto Prosphere. He has no ultimate either to give him the extra tankiness, and he will go down. Matty again picking up another kill. But while that's all happening, we're going to see Godbro go down to special Afflict using his first ultimate and his first flash to get that kill there. And they're going to have priority into that mid lane. They might be able to get the tower. In fact, they're kind of in two minds. They're actually now going to commit to it. They look like they might have tried to defend it, but they might not be able to swap this out. But TP from Cho'Gath.
This will defend that tower here, so you get the first blood tower defense going down. And if you want to rotate to defend the top tower, you need to do that through mid lane. I don't think they'll get the mid lane tower, but still, that's not too bad. Honestly, you trade kill for kill. Tristana gets another kill. That isn't good. But getting a kill onto Azir, honestly, that's a pretty equal thing across the board there. Losing the TP advantage, though, we'll have to see. That's one of those things that doesn't mean anything right now, but it will mean something potentially in like the next 4 minutes.
In a minute and a half, when that dragon spawned, if they want to make a play.
It could definitely. And honestly, when you pick Darius, you're good at these kind of like fights, these skirmishes, where you can just run around and do Darius things. The later the game goes on,
just skirmish.
Exactly. I mean, you're more impactful the earlier it is. The later the game goes, the harder it is to be a Darius, really. So yeah, if they want to force a dragon play, but I don't know why they necessarily lane swap, because they have the TP advantage. It's like, if you stuck everyone topside, or kept the top lane topside, you could have used the TP advantage. But you can't really do it if Rift is bot side, unless they're going for something else, maybe. But
it's hard to tell, yeah. They have left the Xayah or Chrisberg down in that bot side, so he's picking up some nice solo experience and some CS fairly safely. Darius shouldn't really be able to get on top of the Xayah, especially with flash and heal available, so pretty damn safe lane for Chrisberg. But
they're going for the Herald, so yeah.
They're trying to, but having the scuttle just kind of taken means they have full vision of this. They may not be able to smite it away, but this could spell a full-on engage. The 5-man stack of war would be the problem, though, and you can see Misfits, they're not comfortable. They don't know where the flank wards could be, and they're going to concede this one over.
And that's the TP advantage there, where Rifty could have joined that fight at any time. So if Misfits do dedicate to that one, they know that's not going to be a fair fight, and they don't want to take that one. And you saw Rifty as well, if you saw him on the mini-map while that was all going down, he was sitting in his lane bush, just not moving for like the whole time. He quite clearly was staring at that fight, waiting for potentially to do something.
Waiting for the call.
Or at least being out of sight so that the enemy team, so that Misfits may have thought, oh, we don't know where he is. He might be trying to come in, and if he does, we won't see it. So either way, they were definitely using that to their advantage there. And now, Dragon has spawned, and you would think after you've got the Herald, you'd be looking to go for that Dragon. You can maybe kind of
lane swapped again.
Well, this is the thing, is you want to have that pressure in the bot lane, you want to have that strength in the bot lane, because now the objective is Dragon. If you stay topside here, you would lose Dragon most likely, or there's a high chance you can lose it, and when you have Nunu as well, you always have that pressure to get the neutral objectives. So it makes sense now that they've got something topside to do that lane swap again, and to go for this Herald, this Dragon here, now that the Herald is dead, which is exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, we have pressure in the mid lane as well as pressure in the bot. Top lane, Darius pushing in. You can see the macro plays just constantly, really quick rotations coming out from Wind and Rain, and they are bringing the hammer down towards Misfits Academy. And as much as we talked about the Darius being a weird pick or being a strange one or stuff like that, it actually, it doesn't need, it's doing exactly what it needs to do, which is just pressure. Just keep pushing in the waves. They've kept it away from all the action, which means that it's able to pick up this Black Cleaver very, very quickly, you know, 13 minutes into the game. And so far, Wind and Rain, no gold lead, but they've got the objective lead.
Yeah, Wind and Rain is playing this one really well, which is very impressive considering they're playing against very tough opposition and arguably one of the better macro teams in the league in Misfits. They're very good at their macro plays.
Oh, as I say though, Matty gonna get ignited, did get rooted as well. We have Skarner in the bot side of this, forcing the heal out. Skarner coming in a flick, has got, did not have, she had flash, it was almost up, but they forced the flash out of Labrov. Where did he want to take this from here? A flick though, needs to be careful.
Goldbro needs to be careful. He's going really hard here and
he's going really hard, but he's got the rest of his team coming in with him. The rest of Misfits Academy have to back away. There's Matty jumping in. Prosper has been caught, and Rifty picks up a kill. They will have pressure in that top side, so they should be able to pick up a turret from that, but they will trade a kill for a turret and another turret on that bot side. Rifty also being dropped.
That should be first blood tower in the bot side here. Question is, what do you lose on the rest of it? Is Shikari going to be able to pressure that top side and get something there? Are Misfits going to be able to get something mid? Personally, what I would have liked to see here is to just stay bot side and just try and cheekily use the Rift Hail to get 2 towers bot lane there, because I think you could have caught Misfits going for an answer play.
Ooh, unfortunate.
That's still a splashdown, that's good. I'm really runnable now. And yeah, no ultimate, no flash, that's pretty scary. Something as well, I mean, I mentioned about the return play, but whatever. That didn't happen anyway, so let's forget about that one. Something that's cool about Echo Skarner, or playing Skarner into Echo. Echo is rather slippery because of his ulti, the way his ultimate works, right? So whenever you engage onto him, he just pops the ultimate and he's safe. And so with Skarner, what's nice is if you can drag him, you have that's like all that time while he's CC'd, all that time when he's being dragged away, his shadow or his clone, whatever you want to call it, is following him. And makes it hard when he then uses his ult, he's not ulting that far away. Like we saw in that bot side play, his ulti really wasn't far away at all. It basically ends up becoming, almost nullifies Echo ult to a certain degree.
Yeah, have to be able to kill him though. That's the only thing. Yeah.
But we might see something like this. You know, that interruption might mean something later on. It doesn't right now, but it might do.
We'll have to wait and see. A couple of big items coming out for the side of Misfits Academy. You've got that Nashor's Tooth finish up now for Special, so he's going to be putting out good, consistent damage with those Sand Soldiers. The Righteous Glory for the Engage even for Cho'Gath with the Skarner. They can both run in, both try and, you know, dissipate the side of Wind and Rain. They've got some nice little spikes coming out as well as the Essence Reaver onto the Xayah, so couple of things they can really look for, maybe around the next Dragon, potentially around maybe a dive on a tower or something like that. Depends on what Misfits Academy are allowed to do.
Absolutely, and that is a good point you bring up with the Engage. It's a very scary team comp, Misfits. They pull the trigger and they go. You have, like you mentioned, the Righteous Glory and the Predator and the Skarner. That's huge Engage just by itself, but you've even got a playmaker in the mid lane who, if push comes to shove, has the potential to make Engage himself with the Shurima Shuffle, and with the Trundle, you're really good, not necessarily at engaging things, because walking up to people and putting a pillar down can be a bit tricky to set a fight up. It's not the most reliable way of doing it. But you can follow up engage really well. So if Skarner comes in and drags someone in, then you put the pillar behind that person. Then it suddenly is really hard for them to escape, and suddenly that pillar becomes really useful. So either way, we're talking about the semantics of the team comps, things that may not even happen. As Special is going to get ganked here in the mid lane. Nice shuffle in.
Yeah, nice shuffle. Does force the chrono break out of Godbro. As I said, that top lane, though, there's a 3-man dive, though. Matty trying to save Labrov as much as he can, but it's just not enough disengage. Chrisberg picking up his first kill of the game. That's going to be top tower as well. Where do Misfits take this momentum? Do they just keep pushing? I think that's the answer.
The question is, what does Rifty get in the bot side? Because he's still pushing, and unlike one of these tanks who you leave on the lane who's not going to get a tower, Rifty will take a tower. He's playing Darius, and he's got a Black Cleaver. Look how fast he's taking that. It's not the quickest, but you certainly can't leave him unattended on one of your towers. So the answer to that question, what do they get out of that? Nothing, because they can't stay in that lane because there's a lot of threat to lose things elsewhere, essentially.
A tower and a kill, though, picked up for Misfits.
Yeah, that's still good.
That's still good for them. But like you said, they can't leave another play like that, say in the mid lane or anything like that, because Darius will just take that tower straight away, so they will be trading. But looks like mid lane will be the next port of call. And that's going to be a pretty easy one. Good rotations here from Misfits Academy. They seem to have the momentum. They've evened up the goal, dragging up in 30 seconds. That's got to be the next fight, you'd imagine.
Absolutely, and even though the gold totals are, well, bang on even. Well, just I said that.
Pretty much.
Now they're bang on even. No, okay, now they are.
Just well, leave whatever. It. They're even.
They're more or less bang on even. But they do have a tower advantage in Misfits' favor. So Wind and Rain will probably answer this really quickly. We can see Echo top lane pushing really hard as well, so he's going to get that tower. Then it will be a gold lead again. But still, either way, quite a close game. The downside, really, if you're Misfits, is who is the gold on for the enemy team? And the answer to that is Matty, Tristana. And second question, who's the worst person for you to see on the enemy team have the gold lead?
Godbro.
Well, Godbro is Godbro, so that could be true. But generally speaking, it's the Tristana. So I would be surprised if they get this one for free. I don't think Wind and Rain should give this one up.
I don't think they want to. There's the Pillar of Phil. Dan trying to get in. That's going to be the Dragon going down. We actually see the Subjugate used straight away, as well as Dan trying to just keep them away from everything. Godbro trying to come in off the backside. TP from the Cho'Gath is going to come in, but Matty has taken the first kill of the game. Godbro still hunting, still looking. Oh! Can't even pop the chrono break. Chrisberg sends him straight back to the gray screen. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Overall, Misfits taking the Dragon means they come out on top.
That is the classic Echo move right there. Jumping in, blowing up before he can use anything either.
Expecting to blow up someone and then being blown up.
I feel like that happens so much on Echo as well. Like, we see that all the time. Either way, getting the Dragon, going 1-for-1. It's another kill on Chrisberg, which is good because it matches the strength of the enemy AD carry. It's really tough if one AD carry is strong, the other one isn't. But the Dragon's already gone down here. A nice Nunu ultimate starts this one up and really sets Misfits to have to back away like they're doing here. And it's just... That was a very nice blade caller actually by the Xayah, because Echo can't use his ulti when he's immobilized. And he got rooted there with the Xayah. So yeah, I mean, it's still a mistake, but it's smart by Chrisberg to... He's got the feathers down.
Held that little blade caller just to be able to kind of catch him out, almost anticipating the Echo going to ham, or even Rifty on Darius going to ham. Either or, it would have been totally fine to catch them, but ends up being a 1-for-1. Dragon did go over to Misfits Academy, and it's about 1,000 gold in favor of Wind and Rain. And this game, it's starting to tense up a little bit. Items are being completed. You know, lanes are starting to get very long and very wide without vision. We're starting to see very dark patches around the map, like this bush right here from Misfits Academy. This is such a commonplace for so many teams, where they just chuck a ward over onto the side of the river and then wait for people to walk past it as they go to clear it. It's such a commonplace, and you can see not a lot of people check it either. They just kind of go for the brush itself.
We saw that actually with the XL game we watched earlier today, which is really beginning of the end, I would say, for XL, when Diablos really started giving it to them, was when...
I thought you meant in the tournament. I was like, no, they can still come back.
Oh, no. Just that one game. Just that one game where they got those 2 kills because, like you're mentioning with the ward and the vision and stuff. Oh, nice flash.
Force the flash, though, and they don't lose anything on the side of Misfits Academy. So Chrisberg, looking pretty strong, has got those 2 items, the Rapid Fire Cannon and the Essence Reaver, means that he's able to just spam out those feathers. Make sure he keeps the zone, keeps everyone away, keep the wave clear strong. But on the same side, you can say that Tristana almost at that 3 crit item spike that really cements her as a really big threat. So have to wait and see. We actually see Labrov going to use the Tam Kench ultimate to bring him topside. Special in no man's land. Forced to use the ultimate, forced to flash away. Dan going to be able to slow up Afflict. Godbro uses a chrono break to get out. Afflict, though, is afflicted with the gray screen of death. Rift comes in, does get a nice come here as he gets on the crossfair, but now he's isolated and alone. Needs to back away. Shikari forced to flash as well. Rift does get eaten up by the Tam Kench. They get a lot of pressure, still haven't got that mid lane turret, so they cannot push any further. But they may just secure vision, and Special, he gets out alive, but Afflict not so lucky.
We're a bit too early into the game for that to mean too much. Fortunately for the Misfits side there, the Misfits squad don't concede the Baron, and they're not even going to concede tower in the mid lane, so it's just the kills there. So as far as it goes, it's okay to lose people there when you don't lose anything else. That could be a lot worse, but still very scary. And really, you're seeing the power of that Darius pick there as well, which we have questioned about this and whether you should have picked something else, blah, blah, blah. But Darius jumps in, makes impact, but here it comes, the cheeky Baron play.
Cheeky, but is it actually going to work out? Baron at about 4,000 health. Godbros jump in. They have the Cho'Gath ulti, but now they have to back away. Godbro in the back of the pit. Doesn't really have anywhere else to go. Drifty is behind the team. They are just keeping this down to about 2,000 health. They don't want to fully commit. Prosphere is super, super low. Rifty, not exactly the most ideal place to TP. Does end up kind of just disengaging everything. They should get this mid tower, though, however, and in a minute 30, the next dragon will spawn. Both these sides so tentative. They don't want to give up the advantage. That Baron was super low as well.
It was really, really low. Considering the Cho'Gath nukes that for 1k and it was on 2k health and they still backed away from that one. But
Smite consume.
Yeah, exactly. You are playing versus someone who's very good at securing objectives as well. And we saw in that XL Diablos game, second time referencing that one. Right
it's almost like it was relevant.
It's almost like it just happened. Right at the end of that game. XL, Rifty might be getting caught out here. He is. He's
Rifty has been caught out. That Darius pick getting destroyed there. That's going to be Afflict.
He used his flash in the fight before, and there it is. So I don't know whether Misfits really feel good about this one, where they want to turn this into something. But anytime you have Cho'Gath, it makes it pretty scary.
It makes it pretty scary, but at the same time as well, Rifty used his TP to try and join that first Baron fight. So that means they know that even when he comes up, he's still about 30 seconds away. So you have a minute of no Rifty. They are going to go for it now. They have vision of this over the side now. Godbro trying to come in, will get a good stun onto 2. Now everybody starts disengaging. Prosphere taken very, very low. Chrono break means that Dan needs a flash away. That means Labrov gets caught out by the shifting sands, and everyone just piling in onto the Tam Kench there. He's going to get taken down.
But it should pause the Baron.
It does, but no flash on Dan means they can't really special. Ooh. He thought he saw Dan, but he didn't.
It was the shadow, it was a ghost.
It was just a ghost special, be careful.
But I mean, that does pause the Baron, and losing the Tam Kench to stop a Baron, that's worth it. And you can see the way these guys are tiptoeing around Baron. They're not necessarily, oh, they're pinging it again. Maybe they're going for it, maybe they're just
back timers. They know Dan just went back. They're going to TP in. This is going to be a move over the body of Tam Kench. There is a ward, however. They know that this is going on, but they might be a little bit too late. Wind and Rain will not be in time. And that's going to be Cho'Gath numbing that one down. Nothing Wind and Rain can do. Misfits Academy coming out big with the macro prey. Very, very smart move there, considering the back timings.
That was really, really smart. Really, really smart by them. And they're not even ahead in this game. They just got Baron, and they're still down in gold.
Just about.
To do that, yeah, just about. But to do that, to have the poise to make a play like that, I mean, it shows a lot of confidence. It shows a lot of smarts as well. And that's the kind of thing you got to do if you want to get back into a game when you're behind like this. If you can sneakily take things like that, I mean, that's huge. That's really big for Misfits, especially considering if you had given that over to Wind and Rain. And we saw what happened in the XL Diablos game. When you try and go for a play like that and it backfires, I mean, XL literally lost the game off of that play. So it's risky, but a lot of props to Misfits to play around the Baron, play it smart and disengage when they had to, but then see like, actually, why don't we go for this? And then they get it.
Fantastic little play. Notice that Dan would have had to go back considering how low he was.
And
but
there's the banner on the Prospect.
Let's go. On the Trundle, it doesn't seem great, but in the end, Banner of Command is just too damn strong. But this is where Misfits Academy need to take control. They need to try and push this back because we are getting later and later into this game. Godbro is getting closer and closer. As well as special to being able to one-shot the AD carries on either side. That being said, they do have Shikari in that bot side. Finally takes that tier 1. But they're going to be able to take this tier 2 in the mid lane. No way, really, for Wind and Rain to defend it. They're going to have to concede. They have got, they've got Bob. They've got Bob pushing in with them. Godbro is off to the flank here, but I don't know if there's a lot he can really do. They are going to try and push in. Maybe look to try and kill off this Banner of Command minion. They will, but Shikari, this is a 4v5, and he's just getting all the pressure, all the time in the world in that bot side.
He is getting stuff in the bot side, but honestly, I would have liked to have seen Shikari grouped there, because the way it works right now in 8.4, with Banner of Command being what it is, you have to protect the Banner minions, and they weren't able to do that because Shikari's off in the side lane.
Yeah, but they might be able to take this tier 2 in the top. We see Matty trying his best with that static shiv, trying to do as much as he possibly can. And again, just going to have to concede. Now they've taken the gold lead. Misfits are looking large and in charge. Dan, not really the best jungler to be on if you're looking for engage or even wave clear as a flick. Maybe I've gotten caught out. Actually, the suppress onto Dan, it's too far forward. Rift does miss the grab, and that's going to mean another turret. This honestly could be Misfits trying to look for a very big push into both bot and mid.
They're going to get this inhibitor for sure, and the sideways are in relatively good position if you want to go topside, and you just got to pick. So you're playing now a 5v4, why not try to keep going? And the banner is up relatively soon as well, so they might not have it on this wave, but maybe on the next one.
And they still have this Baron up there for about 30 seconds as well, as we see the engage coming in. Godbro does get a stun on the special, and he's down. Great Blade Caller, though, does stop any kind of re-engage. Rift just going to be slowed, kited, like we talked about. He's not going to be able to catch up onto that. But as I say that, though, Tam Kench will. Godbro, you're a little bit too far forward. He does Chrono Break all the way out of this fight. Nice use there of the Blast Cone. Means that Prospect gets delivered to Rifty, and that's going to be 2 kills off the back of that. They only lost the 1 inhibitor and 1 inhibitor turret. Wind and Rain, they bury themselves into their base. They're not out of it just yet.
If you told me at the beginning of this game that the thing that was going to break the siege from Misfits was the Azir getting hooked in by Darius, I would have said you're bonkers. But here we are. He had his flash up still, and he still get... Yeah, that happened somehow. But on the plus side, Prosphere, mate, you died. That's sad. On the plus side, your Banner Command's off cooldown again. So not too bad.
100% worth on that cooldown. That was always going to come back.
If we're looking at the positives here. But Dan might be building into one soon as well. Most likely, that's probably what it's going into. So they're going to have 2 Banner of Commands here coming out of one of Tam Kench, one of Nunu. Assuming that isn't going to go into a locket, which is usually what you would see, honestly, out of Nunu, but I'm just guessing because it's 8.4. It's probably a banner.
Who knows? But yeah, it is most likely a banner of command going onto the Nunu. Dragon up in a minute 40. That will be another elemental. Ooh. As I say that, though, it looks like the 2 tanks might be getting caught out here. Rift goes in, trying to get it, but there's going to be Chrisberg putting down so much damage. They've caught the Tristana. That is huge for the side of Misfits, as they keep pushing down the damage. Dan's going to be forced to flash away. They look for the engage. They get caught with their pants down, and that's going to be advantage to Misfits.
Well, this is the problem with the Darius pick. He runs in, he initiates the fight with the Righteous Glory, but he gets caught by Rupture, and immediately, because he's not a tank, they have to use the Tam Kench Gobble on the Darius, which then opens up the rest of the team and specifically the Tristana, who has no protection anymore, gets grabbed by Skarner, and she hasn't built a sash, presumably because she has Tahm Kench, who can counter the Skarner. But when Tahm Kench already eaten your top laner, because he's squishy and needs saving, then it doesn't really work that way.
It's like someone else using your Quicksilver sash. It's like, no, I need that.
I mean, honestly, it is a lot like that. And especially considering this game isn't going to be won and lost really by Rifty, by the Darius pick. It's not going to be Darius doing something to win the game. It's going to be Tristana, considering how strong she is as well.
Yeah, Tristana is huge right now. Has got those triple crit items as well as the Last Whisper. So we'll get to that point with the extra range as well, just being able to just pile down the hate. But the thing is that Xayah's doing just as much damage. Xayah is still able to shred through this very, very kind of, not squishy, but definitely not tanky lineup that, you know, Wind and Rain have kind of developed for themselves. And all the pressure, all the kind of, you know, lanes being pushed up means that this Infernal Drake, nice little topper off there for Special and for Chrisberg, means they have so much more in their tank.
That's quite nice, isn't it? Just to get a random Infernal spawn.
Yeah. He lost double mountain, but it doesn't matter.
Infernal is one of those dragons that, as a percentage, scales as the game goes on. Early game, 8% ADAP isn't a huge deal, but as the game goes on, it is a huge deal. And that gave Xayah 20 AD roughly there. So that's pretty good, honestly. That's like 700 gold worth of stats. So it means a decent amount. And if we ever find ourselves in a situation where someone survives on like a slither of health, that Inferno would have made the difference. So it's a very nice one to pick up here. And we'll have to see. I want to see how Rifty plays this one, because he's going to struggle. Is he going to split in a side lane? Is he going to group? It looks like they want to group with him. But this is where I just don't think the Darius pick really shines, because he's too squishy.
Far too squishy. They're going to go in onto Special, and they are going to be able to find him as well. Oh no!
He messes it up.
Special, he messes it up, forcing the ultimate out as well. Means that he's going to be stunned and dunked. It's Godbro takes up that one. Now Afflict, what are you doing here, my friend? You should not be here. As I say that, though, it's actually Azir who gets the revenge kill with the turret.
Post-mortem.
Post-mortem, the legacy of Shurima stands tall, and that might spell the start of this Baron. They have got a lot of damage, but they do need Special. Special creates that great zone for them. Not something they feel super comfortable right now. They're going to establish vision, reset the waves, reset everything they can. They have TP. It's so close right now.
That 1-for-1 trade is something that works in the favor of Wind and Rain, because you lose one of the major carries off of Misfits for your top laner. Again, the Darius there, you could argue, helped with the kill onto Special. He was probably dead anyway, but he goes down because he's too squishy. The question is, in these 4v4 situations, do you just chill out and just wait for people to come back up again? If I'm Wind and Rain, I would be looking to press this one, which is what you sort of saw them doing right there, because they're fine with having the Darius there. Who cares about not having a Darius if it means you don't have a Azir on the other side? That's cool. You'll take that trade any day of the week.
Have to wait and see. This game is so tense. 3,000 gold in favor of Misfits at the 35-minute mark, but it really doesn't mean that much at all. Item caps are starting to come in. We're seeing 5 items onto Xayah and Tristana. We're seeing 5 items onto the Azir and the Echo. This is kind of becoming a, you know, who missteps, who gets caught, because if you get caught by Godbro or by Rifty, you're going to go down. And same way on the other side, if you get caught by Afflict, Shikari, or even Prosper, you're going to go down. That's so much damage available to them. And you can see that the double kind of, the double banner of command minion just being so powerful as well. They can put one in the side wave, force Rifty to go down and deal with that, while they still have one in the backup tank with Trundle. So they still, it's so tense right now. I want to see how this game goes ahead, because if either AD carry goes down or either mid laner goes down in a 5v5, that's got to be it.
And you would imagine when you have a Skarner in your team who has Predator, who has Flash, who has Ultimate, and is, you know, Skarner, Righteous Glory there as well, there are 0 sashes on Wind and Rain. 0. None.
It's very disrespectful. And as I say that, though, Baron is going to be started. That's going to take so much damage. Godbro. Oh my God,
no,
Godbro steals it. Prosper is getting caught as well. And the rest of Misfits Academy are dumbfounded. They have no idea why this happened. They have no idea why this happened. And now here's Rifty. They're going to get special. It's 2 kills. They're going to keep chasing. Misfits Academy are crumbling. Great blade caller, though, does stop any kind of engage. I got to see the replay. What the hell just happened?
He threw his Q over, and on the way back he took Baron. That's what it was. That's ridiculous. How do you take such a crucial objective in this game?
Against the Cho'Gath.
Against Cho'Gath of all things. He didn't even use his feast in the end. And then, obviously, to be able to win a team fight afterwards. Now you have the Baron, you have the banner minion as well, and suddenly the tables are flipped on their heads.
30 seconds on special. Honestly, they could keep pushing in with this. They have got the Baroned up minion, but they're going to back away. They're going to keep the safety. Yeah, they're going to keep the safety. Going to use the advancements they have in the side lanes. Godbro's up top, has got TP if he is needed. And we see that second banner of command coming in as well. They have a huge wave, double siege minions, but they're going to back away. They see specials up at about 5 seconds. They know that they don't want to take this fight. They take what they have, and my God, this is a close game. This is everything we wanted.
That is... I just don't have words for it, really.
We get to see picture in picture of Godbro while we look at Godbro.
I just... Oh, my goodness. Godbro is just... You said it in the pregame, he's a god, bro.
He's a god, bro.
This guy's just too much. I mean, it's funny, honestly, because this game, what I've been really impressed about, okay, I get to this afterwards, we see Prospect doing a nice zone, but it's literally just the Q.
It's just the Q, the Time Winder coming back. Oh, that's got to be... It's just got to be so tilty. And then to lose special on the back of it, you can almost justify it just losing Prosper, but losing special as well. It just set up so much for Wind and Rain. They have the lay of the land right now. Elder Drake coming up in 20 seconds. It's got to, I feel like it's got to be do or die for Misfits right now.
I'm a bit disappointed in Shikari, the Cho'Gath. He's got his feast up. He's English. You'd think he'd be good at dealing with Qs. But nope, the Echo one comes through and steals the Baron. Unfortunate.
How long have you been sitting on that one?
I was waiting for you to finish. Then just throw it out there. But nope, I mean, and now... This is still a difficult... I mean, if you're Misfits, you
look how quick they take it, though. The double mounted. This could be a little bit too little too late. It is.
Echo gets that one too.
Echo is just too good. And that means they can set up the bot wave push even. They've got Baron, they've got Elder Drake, they've got Double Mountain. They will melt these turrets. This is looking very strong for Wind and Rain. Misfits, how do they come back into this? How do they get themselves into this game again?
First things first, you have to somehow pray that you can hold on and not get screwed by the Baron and Elder Dragon combo, because those are very powerful in the new patch. With Baron plus Banner, it's even crazier. You just want to hold out. But Matty is really the carry of this game. If you can somehow just wave clear and stop this guy from either destroying a team fight or destroying your towers. I mean, you can see him. He's waiting for his rapid fire cannon to come up, and when he hits it, when the rapid fire comes up, that's like a quarter of the tower's health as well. So it's difficult. Banner of Command,
Baroned up minion, and 2 Tristana auto attacks brought that to just below a third. Yep. This is looking very difficult. And look, he's not even in range. He can just keep proccing that rapid-fire cannon. They've got another Baroned up. It's actually not Baroned up, it's just Bannered up. As they look to try and just defend, they are holding on. They've waited out the Baron. Now they need to wait out the Elder Drake. Try reset.
Top lane is somewhat pushing in, so they might go for one of these kind of split plays, because Echo can certainly do that. They kind of feigned the run away here, but I think they're going to still go for it. And I said that the rapid-fire hit from Massey would do like a quarter of the tower's health. It did like 1/20th. Yeah. But that was because there were no minions. When
quick
the minions
maths,
are here,
quick maths.
when the minions make the tower health that like resistances of the tower.
Oh my God, Crisberg, he gets just 1 auto attack below health. Below half health, excuse me.
It must be so... You just think it's an inevitability. This tower's going to go down here.
Yeah, there it is. And there's just nothing the side of Misfits Academy can do. But they held it out a very long time. So that Elder Drake is starting to wear off. They will have to back away, though, off of this inhibitor. As I say that, though, they're looking for the engage. Nice move by Shikari, actually forcing it down. forced to be eaten straight away. Matty needs to back away as well, has got the Mercurial Scimitar, so 6-0-3, he's very, very big. Godbro going to go back into the sidelines. They're going to reset Baron up in 2 minutes. It's do or die for Misfits Academy right now.
Absolutely. And we saw the special got like 3 hits off maybe onto down and dropped in that low. So it's not like Misfits are out of this game. They have their win conditions. They have their strong late game carries. They can certainly pull this one out of the bag. And they are still without any slashes on the side of Wind and Rain, purely relying...
Mercurial Scimitar.
That's right.
Is a sash.
I'm lying. They do have a sash.
Just in case Twitch chat and Twitter got really angry.
They probably would, honestly.
Oh my God, Chrisberg! Oh, he gets the shutdown and an over-aggressive play means 2 are dead. But while I say that though, Godbro, now he's in trouble. He needs to back away immediately. They do not get what they wanted from that Rifty. Is here at Prosper. Prosper, what are you doing, my friend? Nobody's with you. Dunked down. But the rest of Misfits Academy are pushing in. They want to try and end the game.
They're just going to try and stop the recalls. If they can't stop the recalls, they can't end the game. But Special is trying to run interference here.
Godbro is back. He will not be able to kill up that Baron up minute though, and it's going to be 3 people here. They're going to try and kill off Special. 1 Nexus tower is going to fall. Godbro can't do anything about this. He needs to flash away. It could be the game. This could be it. Afflict does get stunned up, but they need to stop Chrisberg because he's the one who's doing the damage. It will be a Godbro going down, and Chrisberg will take the kill on the Nexus. What a game!
Holy crap, what an ending to what a game as well. What was that about? That was ridiculous.
What an absolute